So you asked, how did I select a medical school, right? So as someone who's making their decision as to where they should go, what graduate school, or even what college, you have to align your goals. It's like any relationship. You have to align your goals with the goals of the institution, or what the services and capabilities of the institution, I should say. I knew that I wanted to work in the community. Hands down, I have to work in the community. I have to work with, disadvantaged people, health disparities, that kind of thing. So I went for a medical school that I knew not only was going to provide me with an amazing education, but also they did work in the community. So as a medical student, I was able to go and work in a low-income clinic, patients who had HIV, patients who were homeless, those kind of things. I knew that I wanted to work in the community, so I wanted a med school that understood working in the community and having good bedside manner. So with our simulations, we had very intense simulations where we had to give bad news to, a patient, deal with their family, and they were really, really diligent about making sure that we understood good bedside manner and also working in the community. But oh, by the way, we breed doctors with high GPAs or high, overall scores. So education was just as important as bedside manner. So I said, I want a school that aligns with my goals. And I think that when you're selecting a graduate program or a college, you have to make sure that they align with your goals as well. It's not just a one-way street. Well, if I get in because these are their requirements, but what are your requirements? And so you have to align what your goals are with what they can give to you. And that's how I selected my medical school.
So you were selected depending on your target patient?
My target patient.
You knew who you wanted your target patient to be?
Absolutely. So I wanted to work in the community. And now, obviously, I work with health disparities on a global level. That's what I knew I wanted to do with the rest of my life. Coming straight out of med school, or residency, I should say, I went to work for FQHC, Federally Qualified Health Center. Yeah. Lower income, disadvantaged. These are people who live in food deserts. I really wanted to work with them. So I put myself in that environment so I can be the best person to care for them and learn everything possible. And so so even started back to med school. I made sure that I was ready for that patient when I was an attending, and that's why I did a good job, because I was already preparing myself to work with a certain community long before they even knew me. And that's what I did. I aligned my goals with what the med school, graduate school, whatever, what they could provide me, and that's what I did.
So she needs to know, that individual needs to know by now, you complete undergrad, or my daughter complete undergrad, she should know where she wants to be. She needs to be intentional and purposeful about
where she wants to be, the type of person she is, and what type of clinician or professional. It doesn't even have to be that they're going into the medical field. What type of professional do you want to be? What is the environment like? You have to assess all of those things. The city, do I have a support system there? Those are the things that you want to look for when you're selecting those things. I had, I went to med school in Ohio. I had my great uncle. He lived an hour away in Columbus. So I knew I had him. So it was always a place that I could, on the weekend, call home. Right, so it's a safe place for me. So they want to look at those things. What is the support system like? What are the offerings of the school? And do they align with who I am? So who am I as a person? And what type of professional do I want to be? So those are questions that a young person should ask themselves in conversation that they would have with their mentor or their coach. Yeah.